Marc Anthony kept silent while the Beckham family drama exploded across headlines. But not anymore. He's finally breaking his silence, and what he's saying is flipping the whole story upside down. The singer called the mess extremely unfortunate, but then dropped a bomb. He hinted that the version the public's been fed isn't even close to the truth. That's not just shade, that's a straight-up challenge. His words quietly clash with Brooklyn Beckham's heated statement about his parents, the wedding dance fiasco, and all the chaos that followed. What started as a private family feud is now turning into something way bigger, a full-on credibility showdown. When someone close to the family steps up and publicly questions their story, it shakes everything up. This isn't just about emotions anymore. It's about who people actually believe.
Anything is possible. I have some here now. yeah.
That's right, you have a few.
It's going to come down to some are in school, some are on break, some are, so yeah.
The drama really caught fire after Brooklyn Beckham posted a 6-page Instagram statement cutting ties with his famous parents, David and Victoria Beckham. In it, he accused his mom of hijacking his first dance with Nicola Peltz during their 2022 wedding, stealing what was supposed to be a sweet private moment and turning it into public humiliation. He said he felt embarrassed, anxious, and trapped under his parents' control for most of his life. That single wedding moment, small at first glance but deeply personal, became the spark that lit up years of hidden tension. And now, with Marc Anthony speaking out, the entire Beckham family image is starting to crack wide open.
I just stressed a lot more before because I was proving myself. And when you find yourself in a position where you don't have to prove anything.
What was supposed to be a night of pure love and celebration suddenly turned into the spark that ignited a messy public family feud, the kind that tabloids dream of. The 2022 wedding reception keeps coming back like a ghost, and every time it does, the drama feels even heavier. According to Brooklyn's side of the story, Marc Anthony called him up to the stage just as everyone expected that sweet traditional first dance with Nicola, the big emotional moment everyone had been waiting for. Guests were ready for the classic bride and groom spotlight, something planned weeks ahead, meant to seal the night with romance. But then, things reportedly took a shocking turn. Marc, in what many now call a jaw-dropping twist, allegedly invited the most beautiful woman in the room to join him, and it wasn't Nicola. Victoria Beckham stepped forward, and the entire energy of the room shifted in an instant.
Victoria and David's commercial.
The best thing I've ever seen.
Best thing you've ever seen. Are they always that funny?
Yes. They're hysterical. She's hysterical. They're both hysterical. But she is so funny, and that commercial killed me. I was like, they deserve an Oscar for that commercial.
Some said it felt like a spontaneous, warm family moment. Others called it flat-out awkward. Brooklyn later said he felt humiliated, caught off guard, and painfully embarrassed. Witnesses tried to soften it, saying it was just bad timing, not malice, but Nicola's reaction told a different story. She was said to have walked out of the room, visibly upset and even in tears. That reaction changed everything. Suddenly, it wasn't just about a wedding dance, it became an emotional breaking point. What should have been a moment of love turned into a symbol of control, tension, and resentment. And the craziest part? Everyone's version still clashes, leaving the truth hanging in the air. DJ Fat Tony, the man behind the music at that unforgettable wedding, and someone deep inside the Beckham circle, just added another twist to the story. He didn't brush off Brooklyn's feelings. In fact, he admitted the timing was off and that the moment did steal the spotlight from the bride and groom. But he also warned people not to blow things out of proportion. According to Tony, there wasn't any wild drama, no public challenge, no scene, just an awkward mix-up in the schedule. He stressed that context mattered way more than intent, and interestingly, he pointed out that it was actually Marc Anthony who was running the stage at that moment. That tiny detail shifts the whole focus. It hints that Victoria stepping in might not have been some power move, but simply a case of the event going off script.
Any challenges that come up, whether it's production, whether it's life, whether it's this going, I've been there before, trust me. Don't waste your damn time just stressing about it. This too shall pass, onward and upward. You know, and so that lightens your load on a stress level, and you know, you tend to wake up happier, more fulfilled, just going, you know, just knowing that everything's gonna be all right.
That's where everything splits apart. One version paints it as emotional humiliation and family hurt. The other says it was just bad timing and confusion. Same night, same stage, but two totally different stories. And when the public can't agree on what really happened, it stops being about facts and turns into a war of loyalty and perception. Who do people trust more? Brooklyn and Nicola's pain, or the Beckham family's defense? Marc Anthony's role here is extra delicate. He's not just some random guest. He's been close to David and Victoria for years, long before the kids were grown, and he's even godfather to Cruz Beckham. That kind of bond makes his words carry serious weight, and yet his recent comments are surprisingly careful, almost like he knows one wrong word could shake the entire Beckham image again. Marc Anthony has been walking on eggshells, dodging direct questions about the wedding, refusing to take sides, and steering clear of dissecting the moment that sparked all the chaos. Still, even without naming names, his words hit with precision. He called the whole dispute extremely unfortunate, but then added something that turned heads. He said the version being told publicly is hardly the truth. That line might sound calm, but it's a quiet bombshell that shakes the main story everyone's been repeating online. What he's hinting at is big, that something crucial is missing from the picture the public's been shown. Whether that missing context helps Brooklyn, his parents, or simply reveals a messy misunderstanding, nobody knows yet. But one thing's clear. Anthony stepping in shows that the headlines barely scratch the surface of what's really going on behind the Beckham family drama. And this feud, it didn't end with the wedding. Brooklyn's long statement went way beyond the dance and turned into something way deeper, about control, identity, and the right to his own life. He claimed that before the wedding, there was pressure to sign over rights connected to his name, a move that, according to him, could have impacted not just himself, but Nicola and even their future kids. That's heavy.
That claim completely changes the narrative. Suddenly, it's not just about emotions or embarrassment, it's about independence and power. Brooklyn hinted that what he calls brand Beckham sometimes takes the front seat over family well-being. Whether that's true or just how he feels, it flips the emotional stakes upside down, painting him not as a son caught in family drama, but as a man trying to break free from a global image that's bigger than himself. This is where the story stops being about one awkward wedding moment and turns into something way deeper, a full-on identity battle. The tension shifts from a simple family misunderstanding to a clash over what family even means. One side is all about legacy, image, and keeping that picture-perfect unity alive, while the other side screams for independence, space, and the right to define themselves. Once it's framed like that, a reunion doesn't sound so easy anymore, because now it's not about the dance, it's about beliefs. Each side sees family in a totally different light, and that's where things really start to sting. Then, the circle widened even more when other voices joined in, like Nicola's father, billionaire businessman Nelson Peltz, who publicly backed the couple. He praised both Nicola and Brooklyn, keeping it positive but careful. He didn't throw shade at the Beckhams directly, but the message was loud and clear. That kind of support isn't just comforting, it's strategic. It shows that Brooklyn now has a whole new powerhouse family standing behind him. Meanwhile, the Beckham circle is still massive and influential on its own, with deep roots in entertainment, fashion, sports, and even politics. In that world, public perception doesn't just happen by accident, it's shaped, watched, and magnified. Those celebrity networks can quietly turn whispers into headlines and private problems into global gossip. All that pressure makes any kind of reconciliation almost impossible, especially when every move is picked apart in real time. And then came the vow renewal in 2025, a huge moment that said everything without words. The Beckhams weren't there. That absence wasn't just noticed, it was symbolic, showing just how far this family divide has stretched. Renewing vows is usually a symbol of stronger love and fresh commitment, but this one, it sent a totally different message. Doing it without the Beckham family anywhere in sight screamed distance, not healing. It hinted that this wasn't just a passing argument, it might be a full-on reset of what family means for Brooklyn and Nicola. That renewal didn't mend the gap, it marked a new chapter where the lines between families have been redrawn. And once social media got hold of it, the whole thing exploded again. Marc Anthony, whether he meant to or not, suddenly became the viral center of the storm. Memes flooded every platform, joking about his role in that infamous wedding dance and turning him into an unexpected player in the ongoing Beckham drama. The internet lit up, and everyone had an opinion, from die-hard fans to gossip bloggers. Before long, the talk shifted from heartbreak to pure debate. People weren't just discussing feelings anymore, they were arguing about wedding etiquette. Was it cool for a mother to step in during the first dance? Or should a performer call out family members in the middle of a show? Every little move got dissected by fans, influencers, and tabloids alike. The entire mess turned into a non-stop feedback loop where every reaction just fueled the next wave of headlines. That shift changed everything. What started as a private family feud transformed into a massive public spectacle. Now, it's not just about emotions, it's about reputation, image, and who controls the narrative. The Beckham saga has become bigger than the people involved. It's turned into a cultural moment, forcing everyone to question just how much of celebrity family life should ever be public at all. Once the story hit social media, the feud exploded way past the Beckham family. It went global. Suddenly, Marc Anthony found himself caught right in the middle of the storm. His name, his words, even that "most beautiful woman in the room" comment were clipped, memed, and looped non-stop across every platform. What was once a tender wedding memory turned into a viral circus, with Marc unintentionally becoming both the punchline and the plot twist of the drama. The internet didn't hold back. The talk turned into a fiery debate over etiquette, loyalty, and boundaries. Was it cool for a mother to step into her son's first dance? Or did Marc cross a line as a performer by even calling her out? Fans, influencers, and media outlets tore the moment apart frame by frame, arguing over every glance and every lyric. What started as a family misunderstanding morphed into a public spectacle where everyone had a say. Now, this saga runs on two levels. Behind the scenes, the emotional wreckage of a fractured family, and online, a reputation war that refuses to die down. Brooklyn's pain, Victoria's poise, and Marc's quiet comments are all being analyzed, twisted, and recycled until no one knows what's real anymore. The feud has fully left the private world. It's become a live performance on the world stage, judged daily by millions. Marc's subtle pushback against the public version of events changed everything. His words blurred the line between truth and perception, making it nearly impossible for anyone to pick a side with full confidence. This isn't just a family argument anymore, it's a battle for control of the story itself. Every quote, every silence, every post adds a new layer to the chaos. Right now, there's no sign of peace. Brooklyn keeps his distance, while the Beckhams hold their public grace like nothing's wrong. The fight between independence and family legacy still burns quietly beneath the surface, unresolved, raw, and permanently stamped in public memory. What started as a dance has turned into a defining cultural moment, one that may never find closure. If you've been following this wild saga, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Whose side do you believe?